Every time I see you falling, I get down on my knees and pray, waiting for that final moment to say the words that I can say. Every time I see you falling, I get down on my knees and pray. All right, so we are going to have a group study again with some my AI dudes. Right, Gemini, where are you? Okay, okay. You've said so have a conversation with Find first. Okay, so help me answer this question. Every time I think of you, I feel it shine right through when I thought of you. All right, so our question is you've set up an auto scaling group to collaborate with an application load balancer. The scaling group is set with a minimum size of 5 and a maximum size of 20 and a desired capacity of 10. Unfortunately, one of the 10 instances has been flagged as unhealthy. One or all? I think one, yeah. Okay, so one of the 10 instances has been flagged as unhealthy. What steps will be initiated in response to this issue? So the auto scaling group is set with a minimum of size of 5, so at least it will always have 5, and a maximum size of 20. So if it's over 20, it will be over 20. It will not launch a new instance, and a desired capacity of 10. So what is the desired there? Um, uh, I think it starts with 10, and if there's nothing working, okay, so let's clear that up. In auto scaling, what is the difference between minimum capacity and desired capacity? Every time I think of you, I feel it shine right through. Well, okay. So in AWS autoscaling, the difference between minimum capacity and desired capacity lies in their rules and how they affect the scaling behavior of an autoscaling group. Okay, so minimum capacity. This represents the lower limit of the group size. It is the smallest number of instances that the auto-scaling group can scale down to. Okay, when scaling policies are set, they cannot decrease the group's desired. Okay, when scaling policies are set, they cannot decrease the group's desired capacity lower than the minimum capacity. Okay, they cannot decrease the group's desired capacity lower than the min. Okay, so if you're going to set the capacities, desired capacity cannot be 5 and the minimum capacity is 10. So the desired capacity should always be between the maximum and the minimum. That is what it's saying. So this ensures that the auto scaling group always maintains at least a certain number of instances even during scale in events. Okay, so I already put desired capacity, then why do you want to go to minimum capacity? What's the use case? Okay, so desired capacity. This represents the initial number of instances that the auto-scaling group attempts to maintain. It is the number of instances that the group starts with and aims to keep running as long as there are no scaling policies or scheduled actions attached to the auto-scaling group that would adjust it. Okay, so if you're going to attach policies, scaling policies or scheduled actions, So it will always be the desired capacity. So depending on the behavior, it will scale down. For example, let's say if there's no traffic, this desired capacity of 10, yeah, just lower it down to remove one. And if there's still no traffic, remove two until it reaches the minimum capacity. So I believe that is what it's saying. Okay, so the desired capacity can be manually set or adjusted based on scaling policies, and it must be equal to or greater than the minimum group size and equal to or less than the maximum group size. Okay, so the auto scaling group tries to maintain this number of instances, but it can scale up or down based on the scaling policies and the current load on the application. In summary, the minimum capacity is a hard limit that prevents the group from scaling down below a certain number of instances, ensuring that there is always a minimum level of resources available. The desired capacity, on the other hand, is a target number of instances that the auto-scaling group aims to maintain, which can be adjusted based on scaling policies and the application's demand. Right, so that's the difference between minimum and desired. All right, so okay, so the question here is if one of the instance of the 10 instance of our desired capacity is down or as unhealthy, what are the steps? Okay, in response to the unhealthy instance within the autoscaling group, Amazon EC2 autoscaling will initiate the following step. Health check evaluation. Amazon EC2 autoscaling continuously monitors the health status of instances in the autoscaling group. When it detects that an instance is unhealthy, it will take action to maintain the desired capacity of the group. Replacement of unhealthy instance. Upon identifying an unhealthy instance, Amazon EC2 autoscaling will automatically replace it with a new instance. The new instance will be launched using the current settings of the autoscaling group and its associated launch template or launch configuration. Right, so minimizing downtime. If the autoscaling group is below its desired capacity by 10% or more, okay, take note, if the autoscaling group is below its desired capacity by 10% or more, Amazon EC2 autoscaling waits for the in progress scaling activity before replacing the unhealthy instances. Wait for the in progress scaling capacity. What's the in progress scaling activity? This approach helps minimize downtime by ensuring that the new instances are ready and have passed an initial health check before they are added to the group. Okay, so that's in progress scaling activity. So there will be an in progress scaling activity. So if your capacity is 10 and then the and then if the auto scaling group is below its desired capacity by 10%, so if you have 10 instances and you get reduced by one, so it's less than 10%, there will be an in progress scaling activity before replacing the unhealthy. So before replacing replacing the unhealthy instance, there will be an in progress scaling activity, and this approach helps minimize downtime by ensuring that the new instances are ready and have passed an initial health check before they are added to the group. Okay, so it waits for the in progress scaling activity before replacing the unhealthy instance. Okay, so replacement strategy. The Amazon EC2 auto scaling replaces up to 10% of the group's desired capacity at a time until all unhealthy instances are replaced. Okay, so it will replace 10% of the group's desired capacity at a time until all unhealthy. Right, so this strategy ensures that the group maintains its desired capacity while minimizing the impact of unhealthy instances. All right, and then health check types. The unhealthy instance could have been identified through various health check types, including Amazon EC2 status checks, elastic load balancing health checks if enabled. So you have to enable elastic load balancing health check, and the custom health checks defined by the user. The specific health check type that identified the instance as unhealthy would depend on the configuration of the auto-scaling group. By following these steps, Amazon EC2 auto-scaling ensures that the auto-scaling group maintains its desired capacity and operational health even when instances become unhealthy. Right, so that's it. Yeah, there's an in-progress activity that the auto-scaling group waits and before with it replaces the unhealthy instance. All right, so yeah, I believe that's it for this video, and thanks. Bye bye.